We are going to learn Hilchot Chanukah, Perek Shlishi in the Rambam. So it starts off by saying, "Bebayit sheni kasher malchei Yavan gazru gezerot al Yisrael." In the second Beit HaMikdash, the Greeks made all sorts of decrees on Bnei Israel, ubatlu da'atam, and they tried to cancel out the Jewish faith. V'lo heinichu otam la'asok b'Torah u'v'mitzvot, and they did not allow the Jews to learn Torah or mitzvot. Upashtu yadam b'mamonam b'benoteihem, and the Greeks, they tried to disrupt our lives by taking our money, right, and our children. V'nichnasu leheichal upartzu bo pirtzot v'tim'u hatiharot. They entered the heichal, which is of course the kodesh in the Beit HaMikdash, and they made inside of it all sorts of breaches, and they made all the things that were tahor, they made it tameh. Vitzar lehem Yisrael ma'od mipneihem, and they caused Am Yisrael a lot of pain. V'lachatzum lachatz gadol, and they pressured them, a lot of pressure. Ad shirichem aleim elokei avotenu, until the God of our fathers had compassion. V'hoshiam miyadam, and He saved them from their hands. V'hitzilam, and He rescued them. V'gavru b'nei chashmonai hakohanim hagedolim, and the Chashmonaim, who came from Kohanim, they were able to overcome. V'hargum, and they killed them. V'hoshiu Yisrael miyadam, and Bnei Israel were saved from their hands. V'hamidu melech min hakohanim, and the Jews went and they established a king from the Kohanim. V'chazra malchut Yisrael yater al 200 shanim ad hachurban hasheni. And because of this, and from this point on, the malchut, the kingship, the came back to Am Yisrael for another 200 years plus, until the destruction of the second Beit HaMikdash. Saif Bet. Ukeshegavru Yisrael al oiveihem, when Bnei Israel were able to conquer their enemies, ve'ibdum, and destroyed them, bechafhe bechodesh Kislev, it was on the 25th day of Kislev Haya, it was, v'nichnasu leheichal, and the Jews, meaning the Kohanim, entered the Heichal, that is the Kodesh. V'lo matzu shemen tahor b'mikdash, they did not find a shemen tahor in the mikdash, ela pach echad, except for one flask of oil. V'lo haya bod lalika ela yom echad bilvad, and they only had enough in that to last for one day. V'hiliku mimenu nerot hama'aracha shmona yamim, and they lit from that for 8 days. Ad shekatshu zeitim v'hotziu shemen tahor, until they were able to squeeze new olive oil that was tahor. Of course, a famous question is asked. There's actually a book that has hundreds of answers for this question. The question is, if the miracle, right? We light 8 candles to commemorate the 8 days that this lit. But really in truth, the miracles for 7 days, not 8 days, because there was enough oil for 1 day, and then there was the additional 7, that was a miracle. So one of the many hundreds of answers given is, this is one of the simpler ones, is simply because it was a miracle that they even found that one. So that's one answer given, that in itself was a miracle, that they eat that one pach shemen. But like I said, there are literally hundreds of answers. Umipnei zes, continuing in Saif Gimel. And because of this, itkinu chachamim shebaoto ador, the chachamim in that generation established, shiyu shmonat yamim elu shetchilatan chafhe bekislev, that these 8 days, beginning on the 25th day of Kislev, should be Yemei Simcha v'halel. It should be days of happiness and praise. Umadlikin behen hanerot ba'erev. You're supposed to light candles in the evening. Al pitrei habatim, at the opening of the houses. B'chol laila v'laila mishmonat halailot, from all night of the 8 nights of Hanukkah. L'harot u'ligalot hanes, to show and to reveal the miracle. V'yamim elu, and these days, hena nikra'in Hanukkah, they are called Hanukkah. V'hein asurin behesped v'ta'anit k'yemei Purim, and it is asur to eulogize somebody that passes away on Hanukkah, or it's asur to fast on Hanukkah. V'halakat haneirot bahen mitzvah midivrei sofrim k'kriyat ha-megillah. The lighting of the candles on Hanukkah is a mitzvah midirabanan, just like reading the Megillah. Saif Daled. Kol shechayav b'kriyat ha-Megillah chayav b'adlakat ner Hanukkah. Anybody that's chayav to read the Megillah also must light the ner Hanukkah. V'madlik ota balayla rishon. It's somebody that lights it the first night. Mivarech shalosh berachot. You make 3 berachot. Ve'elohein, these are them. Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Chanukah. Second beracha is Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam v'sha'asa nisim la'avoteinu b'yamim hahem b'azman hazeh. And the third one is she'echiyanu v'kiyimanu. V'chol haro'eh ota v'lo berach mivarech shtayim. And anybody the first night of Chanukah that for some reason, right, it doesn't happen too frequently these days, but back in the day when not everyone could afford shemen or whatever it was, so the first night of Hanukkah, somebody who did not light himself the Neirot Hanukkah would make 2 berachot. He'd make the berachav Asa Nisim and She'echiyanu, but he could not make the berachav Lahadlik Ner Hanukkah because he's not lighting. And right? So he says, Asanisim lavatinu shechiyanu, uveshar alailot, and the rest of the nights, hamadlik mevarech shtayim, somebody that lights makes 2 berachot, v'haroeh, but a person who only is going to see it, meaning not light, because he couldn't afford it, whatever the reason is, mevarech achat, he only makes 1 beracha, she'ein mevarechin shechiyanu, ele b'layla rishon, because you only make shechiyanu on the first night. Continuing with the next Saif. Saif Hey. B'chol yom bayom mishmonat hayamim elu gomrim et halel. All 8 days you finish halel. Umivarech lifanav, and you say before it asher kedishan b'mitzvotav ligmor et hahalel. Ben Yachid, Ben Tzibur. Right? You finish the Halel, it doesn't make a difference with your minyan, no minyan. You say all of Halel. Af al pi, even though Shekriyat Halel, mitzvah midivrei sofrim, mevarech alav asher kedishana b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu, kederech shemevarech ala megillah v'ala eruv. Even though Halel is only midrabanan, you still say the beracha asher kidishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu, and we were commanded, right? Just like you do for Megillah and Eruv, even though it's not a commandment in the Torah, we still say asher kidishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu. Shekol vaday shel divreihem mevarchim alav. That anything that's any beracha midrabanan, we say aval davar shuhu medivrehem v'ikar asiyatan lo mipnei hasafek, right? But something that we're not sure, something that we do midrabanan, but we're not sure if we're supposed to do it. Kigon maaser and damai ein mevarchim alav. Right? For example, if these days, if you go to Israel, right, and you buy fruit, and you don't know, or vegetables, and you don't know if maaser was removed from it or not, right? Most of the time when you go, right, there's already a hashgacha, right? So the same way we have an OU in America that tells us the food's kosher, so in Israel you have hashkacha that tells you if the proper trumot and ma'asrot were removed from the perot. But let's say you're not sure, right? Let's say you're not sure. You bought something like, oh, did it, didn't it? You don't know. So you remove the appropriate things, but you don't make a beracha. The reason you don't is because you're not sure. As opposed to when you're going to say Hallel, you know that you need to say Hallel, right? So that's why you make the beracha. V'lama mevarchim al Yom Tov Sheni ve'em lo tiknu. The Rambam kind of goes off on a tangent and says, so then why do you make a beracha on the second day of Yom Tov, right? Because the Chachamim made it mipnei hasafek kedei shelo yizal zelubo. Even though the whole reason we celebrate the second day of Yom Tov, it's only because it's a safek, we're not sure if that's really the day that Yom Tov is supposed to be. So really, according to that, we should not say birachot. The Rambam says you still should say that in order that people shouldn't stop celebrating the second day of Yom Tov. They'll say, you see, it's not really a day, it's not so important. So therefore, the Chachamim said you need to do that.